Good day everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's great to meet again. In this video, we will talk about the top 10 signs that extraterrestrial life exists. But first, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Humans on the small space rock we call Earth frequently question if we are alone in the universe. Though that question is yet to be resolved, numerous recent findings appear to raise the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Findings on Earth's nearest neighbor in the outer solar system and beyond seem to indicate that other worlds could harbor species ranging from bacteria to technological beings. Perhaps additional findings in the coming years will show who else is out there. Here is our list of the top 10 signs that aliens are real. Number 10. The Viking Mars lander detect chemical signatures indicative of life. NASA's Viking landers tested Martian soil samples and found chemical indications of life. In one experiment, soil was mixed with radioactive carbon-labeled nutrients, and the creation of radioactive methane gas was measured. The test came back with a positive result. The presence of radioactive methane in the soil indicated something was metabolizing nutrients and creating radioactive gas. However, because additional onboard experiments found no indications of life, NASA ruled the result a false positive. Despite this, one of the original scientists, as well as others who have since reanalyzed the data, continue to support the conclusion. They claim that the other tests on board were unprepared to look for organic compounds, which are vital signs of life. Number 9. The unexplained extraterrestrial signal detected by an Ohio State University radio telescope. An unexpected pulse of radiation was recorded near the constellation Sagittarius by an Ohio State University radio telescope in August 1977. The 37-second signal was so unusual that an astronomer watching the data wrote, "Wow," on the printout from the telescope. The signal fell within a region of radio frequencies where transmissions on Earth were prohibited by international treaties. Furthermore, natural resources of space radiation frequently cover a greater frequency range. Because the nearest star in that direction is 220 million light-years away, it had to have been generated by either a big astronomical event or intelligent aliens with a highly strong transmitter. The signal remains unexplained. Number 8. Martian fossils are discovered in meteorite ALH 84001 from Antarctica. In 1996, NASA scientists claimed that they had discovered what seemed to be fossilized bacteria in a potato-shaped chunk of Martian rock, causing a stir. The meteorite was most likely blasted from the surface of Mars in a collision, and it traveled the solar system for 15 million years before landing in Antarctica in 1984. Organic molecules and microscopic specks of the mineral magnetite, which is sometimes found in Earth bacteria, were discovered in the rock after careful examination. NASA researchers claim to have discovered indications of nanobacteria under the electron microscope. However, most of the evidence has been called into question since then. Other specialists have claimed that magnetite particles were not comparable to those found in bacteria after all, and that the organic molecules came from pollutants on Earth. Chemical techniques were also used in a 2003 study to create crystals that looked like nanobacteria in the lab. Number 7. More rigorous calculations connected to the 1960s. Drake equation suggests that our galaxy may contain hundreds of thousands of life-bearing plants. Frank Drake, a radio astronomer from the United States, devised an equation in 1961 to estimate the number of planets in the galaxy containing intelligent life capable of communicating with us. The Drake equation combines 7 variables, including the rate at which stars like our Sun create, the fraction of Earth-like planets that form, and the fraction of those that develop life. Many of these figures are debatable, although Drake himself predicts that the galaxy's total number of communicating civilizations will be around 10,000. Using new evidence and hypotheses, a more rigorous estimate of the number of life-bearing planets in the galaxy was made in 2001, yielding a figure of hundreds of thousands. The researchers calculated for the first time how many planets could be the habitable zone, orbiting stars where water is liquid and photosynthesis is conceivable. According to the findings, an inhabited Earth-like planet could only be a few hundred light-years distant. Number 6. The red tinge of Jupiter's moon Europa proposed to be due to frozen bits of bacteria, which also helps explain the mysterious infrared signal it gives off. NASA researchers claimed in 2001 that alien bacteria could be responsible for Europa's red hue. Despite the fact that the surface is largely ice, data indicates that it reflects infrared light in an unusual way. This suggests that something binds it together, possibly magnesium salts. However, no one has been able to come up with the correct compound combination to make sense of the data. Surprisingly, the infrared spectra of some earthly bacteria, particularly those that thrive in harsh environments, match the data almost as well as magnesium salts. Furthermore, some are red or brown in color, which could explain the moon's reddish appearance. Number 5. Russian scientists argue that a mysterious radiation-proof species of microbe may have evolved on Mars. In 2002, Russian astrobiologists claimed that super-hardy Deinococcus radiorns evolved on Mars. The microbe can survive several thousand times the radiation dose that would kill a human. The Russians zapped a population of the bacteria with enough radiation to kill 99.9%, allowing the survivors to repopulate before repeating the cycle. After 44 rounds, it took 50 times the original dose of radiation. They calculated that it would take many thousands of these cycles to make common microbe E. coli as resilient as Deinococcus. And on Earth, it takes between 1 million and 100 million years to encounter each dose of radiation. Therefore, there has just not been enough time in life's 3.8 billion year history on Earth for such resistance to have evolved, they claim. By contrast, the surface of Mars, unprotected by a dense atmosphere, is bombarded with so much radiation that the bugs could receive the same dose in just a few 100,000 years. The researchers argue that Deinococcus ancestors were flung off of Mars by an asteroid and fell to Earth on meteorites. Other experts remain skeptical. Number 4. Chemical hints of life are found in old data from Venus probes and landers. Could microbes exist on Venus and clouds? Life in Venus's clouds may be the best way to explain some curious anomalies in the composition of its atmosphere, claimed University of Texas astrobiologists in 2002. They scoured data from NASA's Pioneer and Magellan space probes and from Russia's Venera Venus lander missions of the 1970s. Solar radiation and lighting should be generating masses of carbon monoxide on Venus, yet it is rare, as though something is removing it. Hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide are both present too. These readily react together and are not usually found coexisting, unless some process constantly is churning them out. Most mysterious is the presence of carbonyl sulfide. This is only produced by microbes or catalysts on Earth, and not by any other known inorganic process. The researchers' suggested solution is this conundrum is the microbes live in the Venusian atmosphere. Venus's searing hot, acidic surface may be prohibitive to life, but conditions 50 kilometers up in the atmosphere are more hospitable and moist, with a temperature of 70 degrees Celsius and a pressure similar to Earth. Number 3. Sulfur traces on Jupiter's moon, Europa, may be the waste products of underground bacterial colonies. Italian scientists proposed in 2003 that sulfur traces on Europa could be a hint of extraterrestrial life. The compounds, as well as evidence for a volcanically warmed ocean beneath the moon's frozen crust, were discovered by the Galileo space mission. The sulfur fingerprints resemble the waste products of bacteria that are trapped in the surface ice of Antarctica's lakes. The bacteria survived in the ocean below, and the researchers speculate that similar germs could thrive beneath Europa's surface. Other scientists dismiss the theory, claiming that the sulfur came from the neighboring moon Io, where it is abundant. Number 2. Methane in the Martian atmosphere hints at microbial metabolism. In 2004, 3 groups using telescopes on Earth and Europe's Space Agency's Mars Express orbiting space probe independently turned up evidence of methane in the atmosphere. Nearly all methane in our own atmosphere is produced by bacteria and other life. Methane could also be generated by volcanism, the thawing of frozen underground deposits, or delivered by comet impacts. However, the source has to be recent, as the gas is rapidly destroyed on Mars or escapes into space. In January 2005, an ESA scientist conversationally announced that he had also found evidence of formaldehyde, produced by the antioxidation of methane. If this is proved, it will strengthen the case for microbes, as a whopping 2.5 million tons of methane per year would be required to create the quantity of formaldehyde postulate to exist. There are ways to confirm the presence of the gas, but scientists will need to get the equipment to Mars first. Number 1. A mysterious radio signal is received by the SETI project on 3 occasions from the same region of space. Astronomers working on the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, project utilized a huge telescope in Puerto Rico in February 2003 to re-examine 200 regions of the sky that had previously returned strange radio signals. Except for one, which had become stronger, all of these indications had vanished. The signal emits from a point between the constellations Pisces and Aries, where there are no apparent stars or planets, and is widely believed to be the best possibility yet for an alien contact. Surprisingly, the signal is at a frequency where hydrogen, the most abundant element, absorbs and emits energy. However, there's a significant likelihood the signal is coming from a never-before-seen natural occurrence. In 1967, an inexplicable pulsed radio signal, initially considered to be artificial, was discovered to be the first ever sighting of a pulsar. The yearning for human significance in a vast, forgetful cosmos has long driven the illusion of extraterrestrial life existence. We want to be noticed, so we know we exist. The extraterrestrial fantasy is unique in that it does not position humans at the center of a grand story, unlike religion, nationalism, or conspiracy theories. In fact, it pushes them out. Humans briefly become key characters in an utterly incomprehensible drama, the abiding lesson of which is, alas, that we are total nobodies. That is, at least, the lesson of an alien visit who arrived long before we were able to get there. Wherever there is, if humans are the ones making first contact, we are the advanced ones, and the aliens are probably more like productive pond scum, which may be one reason we fantasize about such encounters less than visits to Earth. Of course, when aliens play the role of explorers, we play the role of pond slime. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Which of the signs that extraterrestrial life exists do you believe? Do you believe aliens are real? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on post notifications. Now if you'll excuse me, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.